Hey y'all, Princess Diana. Let's have a quick lab. I have to do videos while I can, y'all. Oh, so I talked about this before. I guess there's nothing wrong with talking about it, speaking on it again. But like, I heard a young man say something about he'd rather hit the girl up in the DM. You know, and I'm thinking like, I thought, probably because I'm older. And at first, I didn't even know what the DMs was. I thought it was something, provocative. Anyways, y'all. So he said he'd rather, get that IG, hit him up in the DM or whatever. And I'm like, okay, why? Like, it's so, to me, it's not cool at all. But what do I know? And then I kind of see why he said that, but I don't want men to please don't do that. I'm teaching my son, don't do that. Be 100% man and masculine. Stand in your masculinity and go for it. Like if you see somebody that you like, make sure you're on point now. Make sure you smell good, teeth are brushed, you're well groomed or whatever. Let's say you went to the gym and you're all sweated out, you going hard, you're gonna be in there sweating, just drenched. Make sure you take you a quick 5-minute shower. Like, take your stuff with you. Take you some extra clothes. It can look like gym attire or something like that. You can pack some jeans and a t-shirt. I mean, your body is gonna start looking nice. You're a man, come on. Like, your body gonna start looking nice and stuff like that. Hey, some nice tennis shoes, even if you don't want to do an extra pair, because maybe your gym shoes don't look all that. But then, just wash some gym shoes. Just make sure you always look decent, even when you're not, like I said, sweating, maybe you working hard. You always want to make sure you look somewhat decent. Like for example, like some people, they go to the gym. Some women don't need to wear no makeup at all, right? And some could use a little something, put that little something on, judge it up. Make sure your hair looks nice, even if it's in a slick back ponytail. It doesn't matter if you're wearing it natural or whatever. Just make sure your hair is looking nice. Like somebody will say, you know what? Somebody, put it like this. When I say you look decent, somebody's going to give you a compliment that day. If don't nobody, I'm not saying every day somebody, but if you are around multiple people, somebody should give you some kind of compliment, a smile or something. Somebody should, at least for women. I think with men, I feel like, and I'm hearing that women should give a little bit more compliments here and there. Like maybe not saying, oh, you look so handsome. Maybe if a guy is, like if you're an older woman, it's a little boy or something. But like a guy, I think it's okay. But like, man, you look really nice today, or something. Like, look at you look really nice today, or something. Or give them a compliment, on. They got really nice shoes. Wow, I really like those shoes. Or, man, that cologne smells really nice. Or something like that, So they say we can do better with that. I'm going to try to do better with that. But, what was I going to say? And I believe it's because, okay, so like, and some people say like, and I don't do it either, but it shouldn't be a problem, but it is. And the only reason why it kind of is sometimes, so like, let's say a man has nice looking eyes. Nothing wrong with that. I don't even see the big deal. Nice looking eyes just look nice. Maybe they have some pretty colored eyes. Cool. It doesn't roar me up, right? And some people, they get, oh man, some women get crazy over them pretty eyes, So I would say if you're one of women to get crazy about the pretty eyes and stuff like that, then you need, first off, you need to learn how to control yourself. Or if it's big muscles, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Chocolate men or tall. You need to get it together, girl. Don't idolize this man or whatever. But it's okay to give him a hey, like if he's, first off, if that man ain't paying attention to you, I can say, okay, look, I don't even want to speak on that, but if you give the guy a compliment, right? Like I said, shoes and all that, they say don't compliment. Let's say you think his eyes are gorgeous. Don't compliment on his eyes, because he probably heard it all his life. And he's probably like, yeah. And then, I hate to say it, guys, but sometimes y'all, you get one compliment and you take and run with it, and then you just think the ego gets so big with a man. It's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, because you want to have a big ego when it comes to making money, being successful in life, achieving your goals. That's when you want to have a big ego, taking care of your responsibilities and stuff like that. To me, that's when you need to have that big ego, knowing that you're a great man out here in the world or in your community. That's when you can get the big ego. Not in a diminishing other type of way, but just like, hey, I know I'm good at this. I know I'm good at that. I think that's great. But to have a big ego about your looks it's feminine. It's a feminine thing. And if that's something that you're into, is absolutely keep going with that. That's fine. But I'm just telling you, that's a feminine thing. Yeah, it's a feminine thing. And it's okay. Like if you're a guy and you're into beauty, there's guys that are into that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are a straight man and you're into nothing but beauty, I mean, maybe you're what they call that, not unisex, man, what do you call that, you know, when men are they're straight, but they make you question, you know, their shoot, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna say S-ality. S-ality. Y'all know what I'm trying to say without saying it. I forgot what that's called. But yeah, I'm just not comfortable with having to question that part. So anyway, but no judgment, you know. God, what do they call it? Y'all know what it's called. Anyways, I'm not being eclectic, but eclectic. Who said that? What's that guy's name that wear those big hats? When he said eclectic, it's the way he said it. He said it wrong. But anyways, oh God, y'all. But anyways, so, and that's the only reason why, guys, because it would be cool if we could just say, hey, your eyes are really nice. Like if I said, hey, your eyes are really cool, or you have really nice looking eyes. And I'm just saying it just as a compliment, not because I like you or I want you and all that stuff like that. And you can't control how people think, but that's why some people say, hey, don't give them a compliment on their looks, their physical appearance. Because some people, they just get, I don't know, man. Anyways, try to control that, guys, because that's not, you know, we're grown. And you, come on now. Even babies don't get cocky about that. Like, they just know that, hey, if they look nice, you know, people have told them that all their life. And they're like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, what else? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, hitting women up in the DMs and stuff like that, I'm not a fan. Like, that is not cool. That is not cool. It makes me feel like, well, first off, it's I guess a lot of younger guys doing it, and y'all let me know if you're a younger guy and you prefer to hit a woman up in a DM, and I get it. I'll say this much, guys, if she's that dang on childish where you think, oh, she's gonna go off on me, like she's gonna be like, get out of here, rat, get out of here, bum, or whatever. Like, it's like, as a woman, as a lady, why would you do that? If she's a lady, she's not gonna do that. Matter of fact, I'm saying, like, really start practicing this. And some women are gonna be mean and different things like that, but those same women, they gonna get dogged out. If they don't learn to treat certain men that are decent better, they gonna get dogged out in their own private life. I'm just telling you. Like, learn to be respectful. People, if you're not interested in the guy, just say, hey, just say, you know what, I really appreciate that compliment or whatever, but you know, at the time, I'm just not looking to, you know, date or just something, you know what I'm saying? You can, I know guys on here making it, but look, just don't be mean. Being mean is not cool. That is not cool. This guy came up to you, especially if he comes up to you respectfully. Hi, how you doing? I just want to introduce myself. My name is such and such. You know, I want to know if you don't mind sharing your name with me or whatever. Like, I came over, thought that you were a nice looking lady, because that's how the guys, like, the game, whether it was game or not, the guys they did it differently back then, and y'all could think like, oh, they old, da da da. But I mean, that made the woman feel so good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ooh, like this man put effort into me and stuff like that. You know, if the woman can take that and move right with that, like make you feel like, man, you know, I did a great job. You know, she was a nice young lady and all that stuff like that. Like you'll look back on it and be like, man, I'm glad I did it, and it'll build that muscle of confidence. And like I say, if you speak to a young lady and try to, I would say this, I'll give you a tip, try to speak to the young lady, if you can get her, see her, like if she's, you know, walking off to the bar or something like that, like, hey, don't be stalking her. You looked over there a couple times, cool, and then maybe like walk closer to her direction and try to, you know, like catch her at the bar. Like when I say catch her, I ain't talking about grab her or nothing like that. Like you know, and if you do need to tap on a light tap, because you know we're not no big burly men, just a little light tap. Oh, excuse me, and then you know, kind of do your excuse me, you know. If, hope you don't mind me trying to get your attention. You know, my name is so and so. You know, and you know, just saw you. I looked at you. I saw you a couple times from across the room, and I just thought I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself and possibly, you know, if you don't mind, like we can, you know, get to know each other, maybe go on a date or something like that to kind of get to know each other or something, you know, exchange phone numbers so we can kind of speak, and then maybe go on a date or something, you know, if you're into that. And you know, you're gonna be looking nice, you smell good, boy, go get that haircut. If you know you're gonna go get that fresh haircut, you need to smell impeccable. And when I say smell impeccable, don't just spray no cologne on or no cheap body spray. Get you a nice cologne, and you should be getting compliments on that cologne. Get you some samples first if you don't want to go spend you know, or hey, talk to this guy who's into colognes. Hey man, you know, I'm looking for something nice. Make sure you use, hey, you don't have to use, I'm just throwing one out there, like Dove has a lot of nice men stuff. Like just make sure you use some stuff that smells good and fresh scent. I don't like that spicy scent on men, but that's just me. Y'all ladies comment comment and let us know, like, hey, do y'all like spicy stuff? I don't on anybody, especially not no man, and it just smells weird on most men. So go with maybe like a fresh scent, or like, you know, smells like, oh, you just got out of the shower, you know. That's a nice smell for, you know. Yeah, I think that's really nice. A clean or fresh smell, that's what I call it, fresh scents. So maybe a clean scent is maybe more of what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you're gonna do that. Teeth gotta look good. If you know your teeth game ain't all that, please get you some dental insurance and go get your teeth fixed. It's not you have to, but if you want certain type of women, they just go get the teeth fixed, okay? And then make sure, you know, you get them clean, teeth clean, have them teeth clean. Like if you gotta spend 1 minute, but you gotta spend 2 minutes cleaning them teeth, and then, or you know, whiten those teeth, clean your gums, you know, brush your gums as well, and your tongue and all that. You know, don't be like, I know some people do this, but I was talking to somebody yesterday, you know, just taking that soap bar and rubbing around. Please use a towel, a body towel, okay? And lather that, you know, wet the towel, lather that soap bar in there or gel, you know, and clean your body, scrub. I think men should exfoliate too. You don't have to, but I think you should, because some men, you know, you look at their back and their arms and stuff like that, it's all broke out because maybe they're taking creatine or, you know, whatever, eating a lot of bad foods, and they got acne all over the place. Or maybe they got I'm guessing that exfoliation could help with different other skin conditions like what is it, eczema and different things like that. But yeah. Look that stuff up. Learn or go to the dermatologist, see what you can do for your skin, okay? Because it's like you can be as handsome as can be, but that can bother some people. I'm not saying that, you know, these things are materialistic, or, you know what I'm trying to say, not the materialistic, but God dog it. Things that, you know, should not matter. That's what some people think. Like, oh, it's just the surface level stuff. It is, but certain people, you know, look, we're trying to make good first impressions, okay? So just think about that stuff. That matters. And then stop getting people, what's your IG? Like, stop doing it. If you're not making business moves, please stop asking these young ladies for their IG. And if they say, you know what, let me give you your IG. Let me give you my IG. And you tried to holler at the girl. Oh, I don't, you know, she said something like, I don't talk to people over the phone. I'll give you my IG first. So I don't know if y'all can like literally have conversations. If y'all can, it's okay. If this girl gives you her IG and she's like, hey, like you can literally make a phone on that app, the Instagram app, cool. But if it's like y'all just texting and stuff like that, that's not good enough. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to talk. And it really needed, well, eventually, within a week's time, face to face needs to happen. Y'all need to make that happen, because it's getting, y'all got to stop it. Stop it for real, because that's not good. And then you don't know a person and you get with them, you know, intimately, or in a relationship. It's all intimate, and sharing these spaces with people you don't even know at all. Like, not at all. Now, I would say back in the day, like, we could have got to know people better, and some people did, but we went on dates, whatever. Some people cheap, expensive dates, whatever, but you went on. That was something that men did. They took you out to eat, at least, you know, to the movies, eating to the movies. This was in high school, y'all, and sometimes in middle school. Like, if your parents allowed you to date, they probably was sitting behind you or something, but it's like, this was basic stuff, y'all. It's okay to learn from some older people. You're gonna hear some good stuff and then not so much good advice. Take what works, and what doesn't work, just leave it where it's at. But things definitely need to be worked on, y'all. It's just not cool to be hitting somebody, like giving your DM out or whatever it's called, your Instagram, and then y'all just conversating in the DM like that. Come on, y'all. You can do better than that. If it's not about business, like a business opportunity, you need to speak on the phone. You know, if it's not business related, when it comes to you sharing your Instagram, your profile and all this stuff, so they can see what you're about. Hey, why don't you take this out? And then, by the way, here's my number as well. No, you need to give your number. So, honey, if you have an alternate number, like, because just in case this guy is a stalker or something like that, give him that alternate number so y'all can speak on that. And then if he acting crazy and stuff like that, you can block him on that number, and then you won't hear from him again as far as that goes. If you need to, you know, file a police report, and then go, you know, go practice at the range. Okay, and get your mace and all that. But yeah, I just want to say, please don't be asking for nobody's DM. That's not, or whatever, Insta, IG, or whatever. It's not cool, y'all. It's not cool. And you are cooler than that. And y'all just let me know, does that sound lame? But like, if you see some, also I was gonna say, if you see a young lady out, or if you in your 40s, whatever, 50s, you see a woman and you like, man, you know you a decent quality man. You see a woman, she looks nice, she looks like everything you want. Take a chance. And don't be lazy. Say, you know what? Instead of going online, meeting all these women, be like, excuse me, ma'am, you know, or miss, or whatever. Like, I saw you and I had to come. And that right there, you know what I'm saying? A woman like me, or a quality, I'm gonna say a quality type of woman, lady, is gonna really appreciate that. If they don't, that lets you know what type of woman she is, okay? It lets you know. It makes her feel like, man, this guy has the gall. This guy, he is confident. He wasn't afraid to come up and speak to me as a gentleman. And, he didn't have to do that, but he went out of his way for me. And that'll make me think, oh, I'm so cocky, this man. It isn't, because I'm a lady. I'm not a girl. And I'm not these other things. But even as a girl, I didn't think like, oh, he went up, he can't. I didn't, that wasn't me. Because I was even a lady then. I was a young lady. So, men, get to know what a good woman and lady looks like. Research that. Forget about how to be a player and all this stuff like that. Research what it is to men maybe that are married and that are so-called happily married, and then what they do to make their marriage happy, what they did when they dated their wife now, or whatever, advice they give. If their thing is going good, they got a nice family, all this dynamic going on. If that's what you want, you need to be looking into that, not how to play somebody, because it's going to make your life worse and worse and worse. You're going to waste women's time, and you're going to be wasting your time. You're going to look around, and you're going to be 70. You're going to be 60, probably 70, 80. And there's nobody to help you out. There's nobody to take care of you. Nobody to be by your side. Nobody will want you. Okay? Because you ain't all that no more. You're not handsome no more. You ain't got all the muscles and stuff no more. Learn to treat a woman good now. If you keep mistreating women, I ain't saying everybody is, but if you mistreating women out here, and if women, you dogging a lot of men, but I'm specifically talking to me, if you mistreating women and stuff like that, it will come back to get you later. I promise you. I promise you. Don't, if a woman is acting crazy and she ain't no good, learn from that. And you want to learn what better looks like. Okay? You want to learn what better looks like. Start slowing down a bit more. Start appreciating the good women. If you used to be a player or whatever, start like, you know what, let me slow down. Let me start appreciating this good woman. You know what I'm saying? Slow it down. Because all the stuff that you do to these women, and I'm not just saying men do all the stuff. Sometimes women do it a lot, but a lot of times they just doing it to get back to the type of men that did them bad, okay? But it's gonna come back. It's gonna eat you up. Gonna let it eat you up now, because you'll straighten out from the playerhood, right? And then you might get a good woman off the back. You might, but more than likely, you might also get women who try to play you. And it's cool. Just say, hey, it's cool. You tried it, and you just move on, just like that. Okay. Just learn to see red flags and move on, because there are really good women out here. And I know there's some good men out here, but there's some really good women out here and wanting a good man. Okay. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. I was all over the place with that. I don't even know what the title's going to be. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Princess Diana.